All right. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Healing Heart Circle. And the Healing Heart Circle is an active recognition moment. So the emphasis is on recognition, is on experience, is on opening your consciousness, is on relaxing into the idea that there's no stranger out there. Like, now we're dealing here with my dear brother. We're dealing here with us, we have a recognition, we come to a recognition, but we have this recognition that there's only one of us, that there's nothing outside of us happening, that like in order to experience the light and love that we are, we include everything in. We include our brother in. We include even this world in. We include, and this is really important too, ourselves in. Now that was an essential part of yesterday's meeting in the say Tree of Life, the inclusion of oneself. In fact, self-love, self-inclusion, giving yourself a place in all of this, not placing yourself outside. No, that would be a human tendency to do so, or thinking that this is not for you, or that you're not ready for this, or that whatever the excuse is, not to be completely present here now. Now, being present here is like, okay, yeah, you are present, you hear what I say, but that's not what I mean with presence. So I'm talking a little bit, sharing a little bit about that here. So to come really to a presence, it is like it is essential to see what is actually going on. What is it that I value? What is it that I see out there? What is it that I'm actually doing right now? Where am I with my thoughts? Am I actually going within, connecting with myself, or am I listening to someone speaking? Or maybe doing two things at the same time. Now here is like to come to the recognition is really to allow that to happen within you, and within you takes time to enter into your withinness. Now in this Healing Heart Circle, we practice this, to come to that, like literally to allow that to occur on a deeper level than you might be used to. Like you can meditate and still just meditate out of a habit of doing that, but now it's like, now you allow yourself to go deeper into yourself by releasing your thoughts, by not entertaining yourself with these thoughts, or with the ideas that are occupying your mind, or past ideas about yourself, ideas about bodily ills, or ideas about anything, a relationship trouble, or financial trouble, or world problems, or whatever keeps your mind occupied. It's like that pulls you out of your withinness. So this is the moment to come to your withinness and allow something to occur there. And at least to bring it back to here's where you are. And having that as your goal, to be present here, connecting with your beingness instead of anything else. But making that for a moment total, making that complete and whole. Like allowing this to be the one thing that you do. Now this is important. Now here we go to the practicing that we do. I was talking about, we're going to get practical with this, with the healing heart. And yes, we do. So the theme of today is overthinking, for instance. Now overthinking is easy in its definition. Like you can find it everywhere. It is a human trait, you could say. It's a human thing to overthink your situation. And that is based on two ideas. One of them is that you really think that that is an actual constructive action. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. And overthinking is also thinking that you are in control of your situation, that you have to make the right decision, that you have to do it right, that you have to, who knows what you're trying to decide. In other words, you are outwardly focused, basically about yourself. You're thinking about yourself. You use your world to put you in the world, to place yourself in the world in order to facilitate something, to achieve a goal, to make something work. And this is not a restful activity. We know this all. But you might not be aware of the direction in which this is going. Now here's one first, quite a swing, you could say, in the attention direction that I'm introducing here. Like the intention of you engaging your mind in order to come to a conclusion or a problem-solving kind of attitude, or who knows what happens in you, what you think happens in your thinking, has everything to do with you thinking about yourself, you being occupied with yourself, you trying to survive yourself, trying to cope with your own thoughts, with your own world, with your own little bubble, with your own things. That's what you're busy with, your own things. And yeah, whatever the reason is, like you have good reasons to do that. I'm in pain. I'm in this kind of trouble. I'm in that kind of trouble. I'm doing this and that. I'm doing all these things. And I need to do something with it. So this is where, in fact, the overthinking starts. Like the overthinking starts with, I see the race hand, I'm going to do something with that, but not now. So the direction change that I'm showing to you, or trying to express here, is this. It's like the occupation is with self, with your idea about yourself. Now here is a way out of that. And this way out of that will be given. I'll come back to that. I'm not giving it right away, but you will discover something that is really revealing, and you're going to find it out like in a moment. So I'm building up the expectancy here. I'm giving it a moment. I'm breathing, and I will share that with you in a second. So the thing that I want to share with you now is, I prepared this in relationship with Matthew from the New Testament, Matthew 25, that we have used in Joel's talk yesterday too. But I sneak peeked into A Course in Miracles and listened to what Jesus had to say there regarding Matthew 25 and regarding your brother. So you know where the certainty that's given me and that's given you is coming from. So I want to invite you to listen to a podcast that I put out on EWeHub YouTube channel, and that is related to Matthew 25. We're going to Here are some Course in Miracles references to Matthew 25 from the New Testament. Matthew 25:50. Inasmuch as you do it unto the least of these my children, really ends with, you do it unto yourself and me. The reason why you come before me is because I do not need miracles for my own atonement, but I stand at the end in case you feel temporarily. The miracle is an expression of an inner awareness of Christ and acceptance of his atonement. The mind is then in a state of grace and naturally becomes gracious, both to the host within and the stranger without. By bringing the stranger in, he becomes your brother. Matthew 25:31. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. Do not fear the last judgment, but welcome it, and do not wait, for the ego's time is borrowed from your eternity. This is the second coming, which was made for you as the first was created. It seems to you that the Holy Spirit does not produce joy consistently in you only because you do not consistently arouse joy in others. Their reactions to you are your evaluations of his consistency. When you are inconsistent, you will not always give rise to joy, and so you will not always recognize his consistency. What you offer to your brother, you offer to him, because he cannot go beyond your offering in his giving. This is not because he limits his giving, but simply because you have limited your receiving. The will to receive is the will to accept. If your brothers are part of you, will you accept them? Only they can teach you what you are, and your learning is the result of what you taught them. What you call upon them, you call upon in yourself. And as you call upon it in them, it becomes real to you. But God has but one Son, knowing them all as one. Only God himself is more than they, but they are not less than he is. Would you know what this means? If what you do to my brother, you do to me, and if you do everything for yourself because we are part of you, everything we do belongs to you as well. Every soul God created is part of you and shares his glory with you. Matthew 25:40. And the king will answer and say to them, Assuredly I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these brethren, you did it to me. Perceive in sickness but another call for love, and offer your brother what he believes he cannot offer himself. Whatever the sickness is, there is but one remedy. You will be made whole as you make whole. For to perceive in sickness the appeal for health is to recognize in hatred the call for love. And to give a brother what he really wants is to offer it unto yourself. For your Father wills you to know your brother as yourself. Answer his call for love, and yours is answered. Healing is the love of Christ for his Father and for himself. Leviticus 19:18. You shall not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you also shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. Matthew 22, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Matthew 25:40. And the king shall answer and say to them, Truly I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you have done it unto me. Here opens up the incredibly lovely opportunity. And this opportunity is literally the healing key, you could say, of the target that we have today, like overthinking or any kind of concern that you hold on to. But the key is really, in fact, to see that if you think a situation is lacking anything, the only option you have to make it whole is to give to it. That takes away all judgment. That takes away all grudges against your brother. That takes away your self-concern. That takes away your overthinking. That literally opens the door to receiving grace and connection and communication. So it's like, this is a very simple lesson that you can practice on a day-by-day basis. Every situation is suited for it. Like, there's no exception where you cannot apply this. And it literally changes the direction from your concern about to I give to. That's the change. It's like concern about all the things that are coming at you, or thinking that you need to protect or need to work with, or your considerations that you think that you have to decide with and upon, to God only gives. Like, I only give to myself. I only give. If there's a situation lacking anything, I haven't given it to it. I haven't given myself completely to it. I haven't allowed it to make it whole. Now this, you can easily recognize, or you can easily fall into the trap of thinking that you're guilty of not giving enough to your situation. And it's a simple human thought. It's like, oh, yeah, it was me. I didn't give enough to it. It's like, no, wait a minute. No, that would just be a defense to say that. It's like, no, we're talking here about a real opportunity to give. Now, you don't know really how to do that. You don't know really how to give truly in a situation. And here's the lovely part. It's like, you don't need to know how to do that. The only thing that is necessary for you to recognize is that you recognize that it starts all with you. There's nothing to be concerned about. There's nothing that you need to do, but there's something that can come to you as a recognition. Like there's no doing connected to it. You giving to a situation is your, we know this from Joel too, it's like, in order to facilitate healing, you will have to receive that for yourself first. In your receiving of that, receiving is not a doing, it's a receiving. It's like being open to receive it. It's a miraculous occurrence. It is not by your conscious doing that it happens. No, it's given you. It's grace. Like literally is an act of grace. Now this is what you give by receiving that for yourself first. That's an experience. That does not have to have any kind of result necessarily, because that's not the reason why you do it. That's not the reason why you not do it, because you're not doing it. So it's like, no, this is letting a moment be whole. What is letting a moment be whole? Not determining the outcome of what is occurring, not thinking that you need to accomplish something, not putting pressure on yourself to make it work or to make something happen. No, receiving the moment as it is given. What do you need to do for that? Being aware that nothing outside of you will do that, but only by your receiving, your active receptivity, it can come to you. Now this is all great in concept, but it needs practice, and it needs, in fact, you need to feel where something needs to get into action in yourself, because that it is a very active way of extending yourself, which is still based on the not doing, don't get me wrong, but it's very active. You need to be alert in a certain sense, like you need to sit on the edge of your seat, for instance, of not literally, but really being there, being present in that receiving for yourself. But at the same time, including your brother into that, including everything into that, whatever comes up for you as an emotion in your receiving this, you can be afraid to receive that, or you can, who knows what happens. It's all included. It's not fighted. It's all included. It is not defended. It is not explained. It is not conceptual. It has nothing to do with that. So that is the possibility here. And the great thing then in practicing this is it doesn't need to have any kind of outcome, but it is a totally lovely act of loving your brother as yourself. So that is the possibility. In loving your brother as yourself, you recognize that you share a common source. You share, literally in that moment, you have a recognition that you share a common source. And that you share the love of God. That you literally discover your love for God is shared. Your brother loves God just as much as you do. It's like that is the natural state in which you are in consciousness. Now here, so this is, I try to put words to it, but like I said, it's a matter of practice too. So this is one of the exercises that we're going to do today by maybe with 3 of us in one room. I can split up in rooms here in Zoom, so that's what I would love to do. And so what do you need to do then? See, that is the thing. You don't know what to do, but it's about the action of mind, that you want to give everything by receiving it. Now, whatever opens that up, that can be silence, but that's one thing. That can be a little conversation. That can be a joke. That can be just just being present and see what happens, allowing things to occur, but in fact allowing yourself to go within, because it is not depending on anyone that is with you. No, this action is completely from you out into the world. But it's like you don't have to do anything with anyone. No, this is about your recognition, but in that there's your activity of mind, you could say, your activity of wanting that for yourself. In fact, it is a form of active prayer. It is literally what a practitioner does, or a miracle worker does. Like, in that sense, it's absolutely the same idea. So that's really lovely to practice, and we're going to take, say, 10 minutes for that. I hope you were able to give your extension like some real space, you could say, to come into loving yourself and your neighbor and loving God with all of your heart. Like that is the occurrence, you could say, in healing. Now, I joined in some rooms, or not all of them. Time was flying. Just, you know, that you experienced that probably too. It's like, wow, that's so fast how this went. My God, I can't believe it. But anyway, this is what I want to share. It's like two key sentences I introduced into as real healing tools. If you forget, like when you are overthinking, when you are concerned, there are two key sentences that you can keep close to your heart and express them to your brother, to yourself, of course, and to God. And one of them is, I love you. And the other one is, thank you. It's like there's hardly any situation there's no situation that will not be resolved by just literally applying that as a healing for yourself, as to help you receive the love for God for yourself. If you come into the thank you, into your gratitude for what's occurring, or into I love you as an extension to your brother, to God, to include your brother in it, you will recognize the miraculous, the miraculousness of that action. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you too, in case I didn't meet in your room. But I hope you really can work with this way of being in a healing circle. I think it's absolutely wonderful to come into the practicality of literally being practitioner, a non-doing practitioner, a non-practitioning practitioner. In fact, no doing at all. Just receiving the love for God of you will literally set the whole place on fire, so to speak. So trust that. That's really wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. Absolutely great to see that we all say, do this. And there's a necessity to practice it, because just of its loveliness, there's the necessity. Not to achieve a goal, but there's a necessity to practice this. Of course, you want to love your brother with all of your heart. You want to come in to the remembrance that's the real occurrence here, the real option and opportunity. And you can take it anywhere and practice it. It's not located just in this room, or no, it's not located at all here. So thank you for that. And with that I say, see you soon. Thank you for everything. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.